Hi, welcome to this domain investment training. My name is geniussoliu. I am a domain investment expert, consultant, and I'm a coach for domain investment business. So this is a business that I do. This is my main source of income. So this is what I do for a living. I sell domain names for a living. I buy domain names and I sell them for a living. This is how I live my life. This is the business that I do to feed my family. This is what I have been doing for the past 3 years. So if you are looking for somebody to learn this business from, then you have come to the right person. So in this video training, I'm going to teach you domain investment, and you are going to gain a lot of value from this business. So from this video, so if you are going to somewhere now, if you are not concentrating, if you don't have your 100% attention, then I will advise that you close this video. Then maybe when you get home and you are relaxed, then you can now watch the video, because I don't want you to miss any part of this video, because it's going to be value from beginning till the end. It is going to be value packed. Now, so for you to show that this is not something or something not something light. I don't want to take this lightly. This is actually, if you want to make a lot of money before this year runs out, so this is one of the businesses that you can do that is not going to stress you. It's not going to stress you. You don't need to be tapping. This is a kind of business that is quite, like, you'll be doing the business that nobody will even know that you are doing something. Even if you are living at home with someone, they won't even know that you are doing anything, because it is a kind of business that is quite unique. Now, so I believe you must have known, because for you to have clicked on whatever you have clicked and got to this video, or maybe somebody shared this video with you, then you should at least should have researched and know that this business is a business that deals with buying and selling domain names. So currently I have 48 domain names. Then this is my revenue on this particular platform. So this platform is a platform whereby we list our domain. We close. This is where we handle. This is the company that handles our domain transactions. We cannot show our face to these white guys that buy this domain from us. You understand? We cannot show our face to them, because people have spoiled the image of Nigerians. So this is the foreign company that also act as an escrow. So escrow is an intermediary. This company, they are intermediary that stays between us and the buyer. So the buyer doesn't. I don't know the buyer. The buyer don't know me. And sometimes I know the buyer, and the buyer doesn't know me, because this is the guy. This company is the person acting as an intermediary between us. They collect the money from the buyer. They collect the domain name from us. They hand over the domain to the buyer. They hand over the money to us. So on this particular platform, I have made a total of $17,987. $17,987 as at September 2024. Then this month, September 2024 as well, I have made this month only I have made $1,349. So last month was quite slow, because I was actually packing, moving, changing location. So I made only $549 last month, but we got back on track this month, September 2024, and I did $1,349 from just 3 transactions. The reason why you see 4 leads here is because I actually received 4 domain offers. Four people came to buy my domain, but only 3 people have completed their payment for now. So one is still pending. So one is $400. So there's a $400 still pending. You can see that one right here. You can see. So I don't want to show that person's identity, so I'll just do that fast, or if it's not even necessary. So that one is still pending. So, and I've sold, like, I think almost 10 domain names on another platform. So you can see $400. So that one is still pending. So, and last month, like I said, last month was just somehow. Last month I received 4 people that wanted to buy my domain. Just 2 people paid and that was $549. $549. So this month I've made $1,359. So this is just to show you that this is a business that requires, if you are somebody that wants to make money, if you are serious about changing your financial situation, if you are somebody that wants to live the life that you have been dreaming of, then you have to take this very, very serious. So this is not a child's play. This is not a child's play. So this is a business that changed my family forever. You understand? So this is the business that I used to set up a business for my mom. We were selling akara. I was selling akara before. I was frying selling akara with my mom. So this is the business that I did that changed my life. That I used to, sponsor myself throughout university, got married, take care of my family, take care of my parents. You understand? So this is a business that requires attention, full attention. So like I said, if you know you don't have 100% attention, then I will advise that you close the video and come back to it later to come and watch it. Now, so let's get started. Like I said this business is called domain investment, and it is just about buying and selling domain names. So you buy a domain and you sell it. When I say buy, I also mean register, because domain names, they are what? They are digital commodities. They are digital products. So an example of a domain name is what? Is google.com, facebook.com. You understand? So domain names, this business have been existing since the 1990s, when internet became a thing. So like I said, as long as there is internet, this business will continue booming. So as long as there is internet, this business will continue booming. If you are thinking of, okay, will this business crash, it will only crash if there is no more internet, because there will be no internet without domain name, unless they find an alternative to domain names. And even if they find an alternative, we start buying and selling that alternative again. So this business will continue booming by God's grace, as long as there is internet. You understand? So like I said facebook.com is an example of domain name. Even Zuckerberg bought fb.com, I think, for around $10 million, and he bought meta.com in 2023 or so, or 2022, for $64 million. So domain names are valuable. You can go and check yourself how much did meta.com sold for, how much did vacation rentals.com sold for. So domain names are sold, depending on the values, domain names are sold for a super high amount of money. Now let me show you a domain here that I sold this month. You can see this one. This collision repair. So domain names are sold for many people are selling domain names in 4 figure, 8 figures, 9 figures. We have legendary domain investors in this industry. You can see this one sold for $600. That's September 10, 2024. $600. So domain names are selling. People are selling domain names. The reason is that the most people that invest in domain names, they are white guys, not Nigerians. People are not really. We have people are getting into the industry in Nigeria, and we thank God for that. But mostly, this business is much more done in the United States. So like I said, it is just about buying and selling domain names. So you buy domain names for as cheap as possible. Currently, the place that I buy my domain, for as low as $6.99. So $6.9, I sell for $300, $400, $500. You understand? So domain names are what they are. The business, their domain investment is just an act of buying domains for as cheaply as possible and selling it for as high as possible. You understand? Now, when you buy a domain on a place whereby we call a domain registrar, so you can buy a domain. We have many domain registrars, but I'll be showing you just one, which is porkbond.com, because that's the cheapest for now. So when you have a domain that you want to register, you take it to porkbond.com. Then when you register it for let's say $6.99, then you bring it down here. So when you bring it down here to Dan, this is dan.com. When you bring it down to dan.com is a domain marketplace. So this is a domain marketplace. This place right now is a domain marketplace. So then we have another one, which is afternic.com. I sell domain on Dan. I sell domain on Afternic. We have another one, which is daaz.com. I sell domain on daaz as well. So but Afternic and dan.com. This one and the other one, dan afterning.com. This is dan.com right now. This is dan.com right now. So dan.com and afterning.com, they are owned by just one person, by just one big company called GoDaddy. That GoDaddy is also a registrar whereby you can register your domain. You understand? So like you can see currently, dan.com and afterning.com be coming together to improve domain sales, to improve the domain marketing. You understand? They are coming together to just make the user experience more interesting. So this is so when you register your domain on this domain registrar, I said domain registrar is just a platform whereby you register the domain. So for example, let's say you want to register car.com. Car.com will not be functional. You cannot sell a domain that you have not registered. You have to register a domain before you sell it. You understand? So that's why registration is very, very important. For example, now the government will not recognize your business name in Nigeria until you do your CAC registration. So the same thing applies to domain name. Your domain name is not recognized. It is not functional. You cannot do anything with it until you have registered it. So and you can register it on domain registrars. Example of them is GoDaddy. I said I use pogbon.com because for me it is the cheapest registrar for now. So I will show you how to register a domain on pogbon.com. So when you register a domain on pogbon.com, you cannot bring it down here, dan.com, which is a marketplace, or you take it to afternic.com and place it there for sale. You put your price. I'm going to show you everything. So for now, let's go to pogbon.com. So this is pogbon.com. So this is pogbon.com. So this pogbon.com, you can see it right here. So this is also a domain name. Like I said, if you want to access anything on the internet, you need a domain name. So that is why domain name are very, very important. Like I said as long as there is internet, domain names will become what will always remain valuable. You understand? Now, so this is pogbon.com. It is a domain register whereby you register your domain. So now let's say we want to register let's say we want to register domain. Let's say we want to register So let's say you want to register a domain. So once you come to pogbon.com, just scroll down. You're going to see this find your domain. Find your domain. So let's say you want to register your domain. Number one is that your domain has to be short. The shorter, the better. So I want you to write that down. For your domain, it has to be short. The shorter, the better. The shorter, the better. Number two is that it has to have meaning. So your domain should fall in a category, in a business industry category. For example, it can be a domain that is relevant in the finance industry. It can be a domain that is relevant in the health industry. It can be a domain that is relevant in the tech industry. You understand? Then don't forget the shorter, the better. The number three criteria is that it has to, if your domain contains two words, that those two words should have what? They should have synergy. They should have synergy. Then number four is that they should pass radio test. Radio test is that the domain that if you pronounce the domain, somebody will be able to spell it. You understand? If you pronounce it, if you speak it out, somebody will be able to write it down, spell it correctly. You understand? So number one is what? Number one is shorter the better. It should have synergy. If you are using two words, it should have synergy. You can Google the meaning of synergy. Number three is that it should pass radio test in the sense that if you speak it out, somebody should be able to spell it or write it down. Then number four criteria, I forgot that one. I think I remember later. So let's say you want to search a domain to sell now. Let's say, don't forget. Okay, number four is it should fall in an industry category, maybe health, tech, or anything. Let's say you want to buy weightlosstherapist.com. Then we search it. This is the health industry. This is health industry. So you can see weightlosstherapist.com is available. Now if you want to buy this domain, now you can see right here. It says what? It says 6.99. So that's the price. 6.99 per year. Now when you register a domain, that domain will be registered for just 1 year. That's 365 days plus a bonus 30 days. That's like 13 months. After that 13 months, you'll be asked to renew again. That's why they shows renew 11.06. But me personally, I hardly renew domain name, because also I buy my domain. My prayer is that the domain should sell as soon as possible. It should sell before next year, before that 1 year registration will end. You understand? But if it is a domain that I want to sell for like $6,000, I know that many people may not be people that I want to buy domain. They may not want people to pay that domain. They need to remain adamant until I sell the domain for $6,000. I will not do anything. So I will keep that kind of domain. You can now renew it for like maybe 2 years. That okay, I want to hold the domain for 3 years for me to be able to sell it for that amount. But conventionally, the price on pogbond.com is what is 6.99. If you want to register a domain on another platform, their own registration price, let's say for example GoDaddy now, their own registration price might be higher. It might not be 6.99, and that doesn't add quality. If you register a domain on GoDaddy and they are charging $13 for registration, that does not mean that when you register a domain on Pogbond, it is not going to have enough value. No, it is still the same thing. It is just different company. It's still the same thing. You understand? And when you register a domain on pogbond.com, once you have registered that domain, another person can register it on godaddy.com. Once you have registered a domain, it is yours finally. Let me repeat again. Once you register a domain, it becomes yours finally. Nobody else can register it unless the person wants to buy it from you. You understand? Because when you register your domain and you take it to dan.com, which is a marketplace, and you put your price, if another person wants to register it, it is going to show that person that somebody wants to sell it for so amount. So the person, so that's another medium where we sell our domain. Then the person can now add to cart and make payment for that domain. So this one now is what is 6.99. Then you just click on this plus sign, you add to cart, you click on checkout. So when you click on checkout, you can now what? You can now add, you can now make your payment. You can see continue to billing. So you can click continue to billing. So once you click continue to billing, it's going to add you to add your credit card details. Then you put your credit card details. So I'm going to explain how to make payment for your domain once you get to payment section. So this is how to buy. So when you now register this domain, let me copy the domain. So when you now register, this is the domain. This domain, a digital commodity. Then you take it to your marketplace. You take it to your marketplace. You click on this search. You see this search logo here. So you click on it. So when you click on this search logo, when you click on this search logo, it's going to take you to your a place where you can add that domain for sale. So it goes to take you to a place where you can add that domain for sale. You can see import domain. Click on this import domain. Then click on add and edit domain. Then paste the domain there. You can see paste the domain there. So when you paste the domain, click on import. Click on import. Once I click on import, then click on this search button again. Then paste the domain for you to confirm if you have already you can see the domain is there already. Then you can now click on this drop down arrow. Then you can click on how much do you want to sell the domain. That's the buy it now. Then you put your amount. Let's say you want to sell the domain for $2,500. You can see $2,500. Then how much offer? If somebody cannot afford that $2,500, how much offer do you want to consider? Let's say I want to consider just $1,000 offer. So just $1,000 offer, that's the amount that I want to consider. So now let's check if our domain is now live. Let's check how the sales page is going to look like now. So they are going to automatically create a sales page for your domain. So that's the advantage of using this company. So you don't have to worry that okay, I'm in Nigeria, how do I know? They set up everything for you. Now see your domain. weightlosstherapist.com is for sale. Get this domain, pay the USD. You can see, okay, make an offer. Let's say I want to make an offer of 500 now. See what it will say. Your offer does not meet the minimum starting offer requirement set by seller. Don't forget we put $1,000 as our minimum offer. Now if I make $1,000 offer, you can see perfect. I can now click on next and put my details to make payment. You can see weight loss therapy. You can see, so they automatically create a sales page. So this is, you don't have to worry that okay, I'm in Nigeria, how do I say no? This international company also handles it, and they serve as the intermediary. They receive payment on our behalf, then we send them the domain, then they give us our money, and they send the domain to the buyer. Now, how do we now send the domain? Let's assume that you sell your domain. How do we send the domain to them? It is quite easy. So you, all the management, if you want to sell your domain, everything is at the place whereby you register your domain. If you want to send your domain to them, everything is at the registrar whereby you sell your domain. For example, let me show you a domain that I sold and how I sent the domain to them. How I sent the domain to them. So you can see I sold this one for $250. I sold this one September 21 for $250 few days ago for $250. Then you can see they said you can see please transfer the domain to the following account. So I transferred the domain to them. You can see, because I said I have pushed the domain to them. I said I have pushed to them, so they help my, I told them that I've done my payout settings. I want to be receiving my payment in euro, so they helped me converted the money to euro after removing their own commission, and they now sent me the money. You can see my details. So they sent me the money. They sent me the money. So it is quite easy to transfer your domain out. So that's that about that. So that is how to register your domain. So I've mentioned the criteria you look out. The shorter the better. It should fall under a industry category, maybe health, finance, or tech. So you should take note of those things that I mentioned. So I don't want this to be too long. 21 minutes. So so this is how the sales page looks like. Now let's go to the other domain marketplace. I said afternic.com. So if you want to register on a marketplace, I will advise that you register on afternic.com, because dan.com is merging with afternic.com, so it is advisable that you now register on afternic.com. And afternic.com, the domains on afternic.com actually says better sometimes, because they have more exposure. So when you list your domain, when you register your domain on registrar and you now bring it to afternic.com, the domain gets more exposure compared to putting it on that.com. Let me show you a domain that I sold on Afternic. So here is a domain that I sold on Afternic. You can see they are the one that by themselves they reached out to me. They said, "Hi Balogun, we wanted to reach out to you as a courtesy regarding your listing. We received an inquiry through our Afternic network and wanted to present it for your consideration." So the domain was federalchiropractic.com. Then my price was $599. Then the person came with a $400 offer. So and my asking price was $599, and the person came with $400. So they are going to remove $80 for their own commission. So that was okay by me, and I said, you can say I said I will accept the offer. Thank you, Eric. And he said thank you for the preparation, and they secured. You can see right here, they secured the payment for me. So they secured. You can see after Nick, they secured the payment for me $400. So they secured the payment for me. So I quite like them as well. I like dan.com as well, and I like afternic.com. So they seem more professional, and they make things quite easy. So they make things quite easier. So these are the people you don't have to worry about being in Nigeria. These marketplaces, they handle almost everything for you. So that is afternic.com. So you can see them right here. So you can see afternic.com right here. So if you want to use Afternic, you can just create an account. You can create an account on Afternic, and you list your domain the same way I showed on dan.com. So now, how do we now make payments? Let's say you want to buy that domain on Pogbon. How do we make payments? Now that is where virtual card and virtual account comes in. You understand? Because as far as I know currently, it is impossible to make payments, to make international payment with Nigeria naira card, naira denominated card. Maybe it is MasterCard or Visa or VAB. It is impossible to make an international payment. So that is why it's either you have a domiciliary card, or you have a virtual card. That one is easier to get. So for me personally, I use virtual card and I use virtual account to receive payment. So the platform that I use is called Gray. So I use Gray. Now let me show you Gray. So this is my Gray. So this is my Gray app. So you can also go to Google Play Store and download Gray. You can search Gray, Grey. So this is my Gray app. So this is what I use for my transactions. I receive my payment through Gray, and I make my payment through Gray. You can see my past transactions. You can see my transactions. You can see all the money that I received. You can see this one. You can see done. You can see right here, September 24. You can see September 24, 2024. You can see done. That's done. Dada.com marketplace. You can see I received $190. So you can see another one. Let me scroll up. You can see again. You can see down here. This is September 17. I received €383 from Dan Domain Transfers. You can see Dan Domain Transfer. So I use my Gray to receive payment. Here's another one. September 13. So the $600 that you can see right. Where is it? So you can see right here. So I received a particular 600 pounds, I think. So I converted I sent 500 pounds outside to my first bank. So you don't even need to convert. When you receive your funds in pounds, USD or whatever from Dan.com or Afternic, you can send it to your Naira account right from Gray. Then Gray will automatically convert it to what? To Naira. So you can send your pounds, your euro, your whatever, depending on the currency that you are using to receive your money from Dan.com or Afternic. Then they will automatically convert it to Naira. Then you can see their rate here. You can see their rate here. You can see our rate. You can see their rate here. So you can see their rate here. See Nigerian to GBP. You can see 2,292. Whereas USD? So USD is 1,675. And euro, I use euro currently. That's 1,872. 1,007. So the rate is quite better than using bank rate, and within the blink of an eye, you receive your money into your bank account. So that's great. Then when I receive my money in hard currency, I just use it to fund. You can see, use it to fund my card. You can see my card. You can see Pogbon today. I make payment on Pogbon 5.99. Now I made the payment 5.99. You can see $49. You can see $63. So this is how I purchase my domain names. So once I receive this hard currency, then you can as well, sometimes as well, I can send Naira. You can send Naira to your card. You just click on add money. When you click on add money, you just choose Naira. You can see, just choose Naira, and if it is 5,000, you fund it with 5,000. They automatically convert it to dollar for you. So you can send Naira from maybe your local bank to Gray, and you use it to fund. If you want to make payment for your domain, you use it to fund. So that is how to make payment. So we have touched the most important part of the lesson, which is what? From finding what is a domain name. Explain that it is a web address. So domain name is the one that will take you to a website. For example, now facebook.com. For example, let's say Facebook website. Facebook is all about friend requests, you watch reels, all those watching reels, all those Facebook page, all those interface is the website. Now what is that thing that will now take you to that website? Let's say there's no Facebook app also need domain name, because it is that domain I think there's something called API that will now connect to an app for you to function with. If Facebook website is down today, the app too will not work. The app will not work. You understand? So it is that domain name that will now take you. If you want to access that Facebook query, whatever, it is that domain name that will take you to that Facebook. Even if you search it on Google, Google will link that domain name to your search result to Facebook. So domain name is very, very important. It is very, very important. So it is a cogent aspect of internet. So that is that about that. Now, what is the next step after? So now let's go to frequently asked questions. I think I have trained more than like 200 people or 300 or 400 people in the past, even almost 1,000 people, and they ask a lot of questions. So among them is the questions that I've compiled here. I see. So in the past, I have been asked, how long does it take to sell a domain? How long does it take to sell a domain? As a newbie, how long does it take to make your first sale? And I've always given a sincere answer, and that answer is that I don't know. You understand? I don't know. So personally, I have sold a domain that I registered within 5 hours. So let's say I registered a domain in the morning, I have sold it in the evening. And I also sold a domain. In fact, I registered two domain names. I registered two domain names around 8:30 p.m. and I sold one around 11:30 p.m. and I sold the second one around 3 a.m. around 3 a.m. So I have domain that I sold after 1 year and 3 months. You understand? After 1 year and 3 months. So the time frame to sell a domain is not constant. It's not constant. Just like when let's say you are a car dealer now and you have like 20 cars in your pack. You understand? You cannot tell. It is possible for you to sell all of the 20 cars within a week. It is possible, but you cannot give any assurance that okay, this car, maybe somebody come to learn car dealership from you, and the person now asking you that, sir, how long will it take me to sell my first car? You cannot give that person, because the time frame, this is sales. When it comes to sales, nobody knows when you are going to make your first sale. You understand? So, but I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, from people that I have trained. You understand? From people that have trained. I taught somebody domain investment in August 27, I think August 27 or August 17. By September 13, the person made his first sale. You understand? And I've trained somebody in the past. The person got it. Person registered under my tutorship, and within 2 weeks, the person made $400. That's a single sale. A single sale. Then there's another person that registered a domain. He registered a domain today. Then after 8 days, he sold that domain for $1,300. $1,300. That was a trending keyword. ChatGPT. Yeah, that was when ChatGPT was trending. So I just shared it in my community of domain investors, and he registered that domain name, and the domain sold after 8 days for $1,300. So the time frame is not constant. The time frame is not constant. That's my answer. Then how would I know how much to sell my domain? Now, to know how much to sell your domain, that is why it is important to be in a community of domain investors, because you see how much people are selling a domain. For example, let's say you want to sell a domain in the finance industry, and somebody has sold similar domain before. So let's say that person sold that similar domain for $500. Then that will give you an idea, an insight into how much you should also price your own domain. So that is why being part of a community is very, very important. Then number 3 question is what? Can I list my domain on multiple marketplaces? Yes, you can list your domain on multiple marketplaces. So for more exposure, you can list your domain on multiple marketplaces. You can list your domain on Dan, you can list on Afternic. Then I mentioned Daaz earlier, daaz.com. You can check it out, daaz.com. You can list your domain there, and you can also Google search other domain marketplaces. There are many. Also, do I need a laptop to start? No. When I started, I didn't have a laptop. So it was when I made $800,000. Sorry, it was when amen. It was when I made 800,000 naira in a month. That was, I think, my fourth month or my third month. in the domain investment business. I think my fourth month. So I made 800,000 naira. In the naira equivalent, I made 800,000 naira. So that was when I bought my first laptop. I think I bought that one for 81,000 naira back then. So I didn't start with a laptop. I started with my phone. In fact, that phone was a 1 gig RAM. It was a 1 gig RAM phone. So you can actually start without a laptop. Now, how many domain names do I need to get started? One domain name is enough. This guy that I said he sold a domain, that I said he registered under my tutorship for on August 17. I made his first sale in August, I think September 3. The guy only had one domain and he sold that domain. So he had just one domain. I was the one that suggested that domain for him. So he registered with that domain and he sold it after a month. That was his own domain. I don't know if he has gotten any domain now until now. I don't know if I've gotten another one, but that was the only domain that he had back then. So just a domain is enough to get started. Don't procrastinate. Now, what is the average budget that I need to start? Like I said, one domain is enough, and this is not a business that requires ad. If it requires ad, I would have mentioned it. If it requires running Facebook ad, I would have mentioned it. You understand? So it doesn't require any extra cost. No extra cost. No extra cost. So once you buy your domain, unless you want to register under my tutorship, because I'm not going to teach you for free. I'm not going to teach you for free for sure. It is quite challenging. So how long does it take for payment to land in my account? So if you sell a domain, today, so you are going to get your payment tomorrow. If you sell a domain today, for now currently, if you sell a domain today, you are going to get your payment tomorrow. So I don't know about in the future, but currently if you sell your domain today, if it is not during the weekend, if you get your domain, if you sell the domain today, you get your payment tomorrow. Now, can you be my mentor? So people have actually asked me in the past, because most initially, if I teach people domain for free, I don't mention anything about my training. So in the past, if I teach people domain domain investment for free, I don't mention anything about my training. So yes, I actually have a mentorship program. And one thing about mentorship is that that means you are going to be buying my commitment. That's one thing about mentorship. So mentorship is quite important, because you are going to be buying my commitment. So I will be obliged to responding to your DMs. You understand? I'll be obliged to many things. I'll be committed to many things that is going to help you. So I'm going to reveal a lot of things to you. I'll be committed to holding you by the hand to ensure that you succeed. So I actually have a mentorship program. So if you want to join a mentorship program, I'm going to be talking about that very soon. So if you want to get started, I actually recommend it is actually optional. It's actually optional. I've actually given you the basic knowledge. I've given you the basic knowledge and you can get started with that. But I will advise, because my mentorship is going to remove some roadblocks. It's going to remove a lot of success deciding roadblocks. It's going to remove a lot of success deciding obstacles as far as domain investment is concerned. So, and my mentorship is quite very affordable, very affordable. And once you are going to be getting in my mentorship, so is that you are going to master. I will help you master this skill of domain investment. So you are going to master the skill of domain investment through a course. I actually have a course. I have a video course that I compiled, a course that you can actually learn at your own pace. So a course that you can learn at your own pace. So that course is called Domain Dollars Income Generator, DDIG. So it is called Domain Dollars Income Generator, DDIG. So in this course, I have explained everything, right from all the necessary criteria that you have to look for, all the qualities that you have to look for. I didn't talk about search volume. I didn't talk about cost per click. I didn't talk about citation flow. I did not talk about trust flow. So there are still many things that I cannot talk about now because of time. So everything is done at your own pace. You can learn at your own pace. So this course is called Domain Dollars Income Generator course. That's the best domain investment course currently in Africa. That's the best domain investment course. Then we have after that, you are going to get access to learning domain investment from me thoroughly. Then you are going to gain access to all my secrets, my premium tools, and my resources. So on this course, I have links to PDF files. I'm not talking about PDF files that you're going to study. I'm talking about PDF files that I'm going to copy and paste to use for your own need. You understand? So when I say PDF file, some people think like, okay, so I'm going to be studying PDF. No, you're not going to be studying PDF. You understand? It is a video training, but there are PDF resources that contain some important things that you need to just copy and paste. You understand? Then you're going to get access to my guide. You understand? I'm going to guide you. So if you are if you are joining my mentorship right now, if you are joining my mentorship right now, then that means I will be the one to suggest your first domain. So as a professional, I'm going to suggest your domain with my experience. Your first domain, I'm going to suggest for you. Go and register this domain name. So that's not all. You are going to be part of my domain investment community. I said don't forget I mentioned the importance of being in a domain investment community. So joining my mentorship gives you direct access to my domain investment communities. How about you can learn, get access to people that are selling, get access to what is trending in the industry. You get access to my Telegram channel whereby I have resources, I have extracurricular activities, domain related extracurricular activities in this Telegram channel. So there are a lot of things that you are going to get access to when you join my domain investment mentorship program. So I just want to show you some other things that are likely going to get when you gain access to this domain investment mentorship. So let me show you somebody here. So usually in this community, this is my domain investment community, I do suggest domain names randomly. So I do suggest domain names. For example, right here, I suggested this domain. You can see Tacoma Doctrina. I suggested this domain. Then this person registered it. You can see he said, "Can I register this domain?" So he registered the domain. She registered the domain and sold this for what? For $125. You can see my first sale. Alhamdulillah, indeed. As Genius is such a nice and kind leader, with all the problems and unreasonable questions, he still endeavor. We wish to have a Nigerian leaders like him. So a lot of them ask questions only at night because due to the nature of their work, and I respond to them in the morning or at that night. You can see I suggested this domain. She registered it for less than $7 and she sold this for $125. For less than $125. So this is another person right here. So here I suggested another one. This is CPA St. Petersburg. So I suggested this. So she said, this is another Aisha. She registered this. She said registered, thanks boss, and she sold the domain. She sold the domain for what? For $150. She sold the domain name for $150. $150. She registered the domain for less than $8 and she sold it for what? For $150. For $150. So these are things that we'll be getting access to. So here's another one. I also suggested 3 domain names right here, and this guy registered this one, Doni Chiropractor. And he sold it right here. You can see he sold it for $200. Then he sold another one for $100. $100. You can see $100. So these are things that you'll be getting access to when you join my domain investment mentorship. You know, we spent multi-million naira studying different courses in the university, and at the end of the day, we ended up being jobless, or some people are underemployed. Now you have an opportunity to learn a high income skill. I mean, domain investments, high income skill, making $500 to $1,000 every month. No, a skill that will change your life for good by God's grace without the need to spend 4 years or even 5 years learning the business. Now, I want you to be optimistic that this will be the game changer for you, because it was the game changer for you, and it was the game changer for me. It is what God used to change my life, and I believe that God will also use it to change your life. So I want you to be optimistic that this will be the solution to all your financial problems. So the enrollment fee to join my domain investment mentorship and boost your income is 50,000 naira. So to join my domain investment mentorship, you are only paying 50,000 naira. But due to the current economic situation in the country, and to make it affordable to everybody, so to ensure that everybody gets access to this money making opportunity, this hidden opportunity to make a lot of money for yourself and change your financial situation, So I have decided to make this available for just 20,000 naira for a limited time. So this will be available for 20,000 naira for a limited time, to consider those that will not be able to afford the 50,000 naira enrollment fee. Because I actually read on Pulse NG, that's this news website. So and I saw somebody advertising for a domain investment training, and this person is somebody that is among those people that have gotten record. People, one of my people among my students, I think three people have paid one woman paid $300 to a company. I think they are called Travads. I don't know if you have heard of Travads. So this woman pays $500 to Travad, and they promise to get her a domain. So and they said the domain will sell for I think $10,000 within 2 months, and it's more than a year now, and the domain is still with them. So there's another one that paid $300 to, and they said they are going to buy. They promised him the same thing, and another third woman again, the same thing happened to her. So and I see people like that charging people $100 to learn domain investment. You are not helping the masses. You understand? And these people, they suck at mentoring, they suck at teaching people, they suck at holding people by the hand and showing them how to make it bigger, to become successful as a domain investor. So this is the best domain investment, domain mentorship training that you ever find in Nigeria. So and it is most affordable. It is the most inexpensive, non-expensive investment training, domain investment training. So to get started for a limited time, you can actually enroll in my domain investment training for just 20,000 naira. And if you are paying today right now, then I'm going to be the one to research your first domain name. So I'm going to be the one to research your first domain name the same way I did for one of my mentees, which is Mr. Firebi. So this is Mr. Firebi. So you can see he said, "Congratulations to me. I sold my first domain. This is one of the domain our coach gave me for free when I paid for the course. Thanks so much, Mr. Soli." So when he enrolled, I suggested uh, free free domain two domain names for him because it was during his wedding anniversary. So I gave him one month as a wedding gift. So you can see he sold one of the domain for what, for $300. He sold one of the domain for $300 right here. So this is one of the things you'll be getting if you make payment of 20,000 naira today. So if you are joining my domain investment mentorship and training program today, then you are going to be getting access to a free domain name suggestion from me. So to join my mentorship program, make a payment of 20,000 naira to the following account number, which is 3099 78 22 59. First Bank Balogun Solita with the account name, or you can visit tylermeji.com/pay tylermeji.com/pay to pay with card or USSD. So then once you are done with your payment, send your payment proof to my WhatsApp DM. Or if you don't have my WhatsApp DM, you can send your payment proof to genius@tylermeji.com, and I am going to guide you towards getting access to what you paid for. So I'm looking forward to having you in our domain investment community. So don't forget, this is an opportunity to get access to this training for just 20,000 naira. So this is a limited time offer. So the actual enrollment fee is 50,000 naira, but in order to make it affordable to everyone, to ensure that everybody gets access to this life-changing information, don't forget, in the beginning I said information is power. So to ensure that everybody gets access to this information, I decided to make it available for just 20,000 naira. So to gain immediate access, make a payment of 20,000 naira to the following accounts that you are seeing on your screen. So make a payment of 20,000 naira only to the following accounts, and send your payment proof to genius@tylermeji.com or my WhatsApp DM. So if you want to make payments with card or USSD, visit tylermeji.com/pay to make your payment. So once you make your payment, I'm going to give you access to the DDIG Domain Dollars Income Generator course. Then I'm going to add you to our WhatsApp community and give you access to everything that you were promised to get access to. So this is a legit training. So
This is not a training whereby you pay and you get abandoned. No, this is a different mentorship program. So once you make payment, we are committed to mentoring you, to holding you by the hand, to show you all the secrets that works for us towards achieving the success that we have achieved. So it is our commitment, it is our obligations to ensure that you also attain success in this business. So if you are ready to enroll, so I will advise that you make the payment because the discount opportunity ends. So see you in the training.